Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review for tonight's show, where we are reviewing Newcastle's fantastic, brilliant, magical match against Bournemouth yesterday, which finished goalless, of course, at the Vitality Stadium. We will be looking over the performance, the tactics, and, of course, the player ratings. So please do take part in that. As usual, if you do enjoy the show tonight, please hit the like button. And if you're new, please subscribe. It is free of charge. If you want to be a member of the Toon Review, you can do that by hitting the join button just underneath the three of us. More prizes to come this week. And if you want to super chat the channel, you can by hitting that $sign at the bottom of the live comments. And that will guarantee your comment to be read out live on the show. I am joined tonight by my old two muckers, stooges, brothers in arms, the pair of fannies that they are. It's Alex and Billy. Good evening, guys.
Good evening, and good evening to the Toon Review Massive, the Magpie Massive, and all you spectacular people out there in Viewerland.
Good evening.
And there you go, guys. Sam will be back with us on Friday. She's been sorting out her new job role, so she's very, very busy at the minute, but hopefully all that will be done this week. And she can get back on regularly, so she'll be back on Friday. Now, I don't know how to start this because it was a very drab game of football yesterday, fellas. It wasn't the best again. Now, if you've seen my earlier video on today, I put some stats up regarding Eddie Howe and the difference and the struggles that we're having a little bit up front at the minute. A lot of people are sort of looking at that saying, has Eddie changed his philosophy on the game now? Has he learnt lessons where, you know, he's not going all out for these 3 points now? He's been a bit more astute with what he's doing and maybe feeling that given the performances against Bournemouth since he's taken over the club haven't exactly been brilliant. He's now sort of, just easing to let's get a point and come away with something rather than nothing. How do you guys feel on it? Alex, start with you.
I don't see this as the negative. I've seen it spun as a negative from a few outlets, from several people.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely fine with this. He's made a lot of changes out of necessity. The amount of people that criticize the lack of rotation, lack of use of the squad, overplaying certain players, bringing players back too soon from injury, and now he's being careful. I don't think we can criticize that. I think he's, it's Bournemouth away. This is a team that have only lost to Liverpool in the league and who were fifth by rights. This is the first time they haven't won post Liverpool in the Premier League anyway. And they're a very balanced team with a very good manager. Very good record against us in recent years, especially at that stadium. So for the amount of rotation we've done, considering we still have Anthony Gordon suspended, we had our main striker leave the club. We've changed a lot. Visser we've recruited and is now unavailable, hasn't played. I don't think Volto would be playing as much as he is right now had Johan Visser been fit and available. Volto was meant to come in and learn and get used to it. He wasn't meant to be thrown to the wolves like this, and he's having to be. I'm fine with it. He's giving minutes to others. He's given Joe Willock an extra chance to try and prove himself, struggling. Miley's getting some minutes. Look, it is what it is. It's a point away against a very good Bournemouth side. I don't mind it. I think there's a lot of positives from this. It means we're collecting points early doors when we're in a bad situation. We're trying to get the kind of horror show of the transfer window over so we can kick on with this season, and we're still accumulating points in that funny period. Yeah, I'll take it.
Absolutely. Billy?
I don't think yesterday was considerably negative. I believe it was against Leeds away, but I don't believe it was against Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth are one of the top 8 sides in the country at the precise moment in time. And to go to Bournemouth and get a point, to me, is a good result, no matter how you do it. All right, not the most entertaining game in the world, but we played some nice stuff at times. And remember, we also are trying to get used to playing with a target man up front, playing a different way of playing football. And then our wingers are getting used to him. The midfield are getting used to him also. So there's going to be a bit of disjointedness. And once they gel, I think we'll play a better brand of football, if I'm perfectly honest. I mean, playing 5 at the back doesn't have to be negative. It just seems that way at the minute because we're not creating enough chances. kind of overturn that. But as for yesterday, no, I don't see it as being a negative. It wasn't the greatest game in the world. We went for a point and got one. But Leeds away, I felt that was negative because I felt we could have won that game. I felt we could have won yesterday, if I'm perfectly honest.
Well, extra context that I left out as well. We threw the kitchen sink at Barcelona 3 days before.
That's true.
I don't really know what people are expecting. Our 9 and 10 are both not available in Gordon and Visser, and we've just played Barcelona 3 days before. It was fine. Like, it was fine. It will get better.
Well, I mean, look, it will get better. And I think Anthony Gordon is a huge miss. But these are the stats I was talking about, gentlemen. They don't make great reading to the early doors for Newcastle. And of course, you know, the pundits, etc., are going to make a big fuss and song and dance about this. What does worry me a little bit is the expected goals is way down. I think our XG for yesterday, Alex, was particularly terrible. I think it was 0.14 or something. It wasn't great, but you know, I think Wisser comes in, makes a big difference. I think obviously Anthony Gordon playing on the left consistently may make a big difference. We've got a lot more to come, haven't we?
Yeah, I think anybody who looks at those stats, especially the national media that are putting that up, we're 5 games in and we've completely redone our front line. Like, Osula wasn't really playing last year, is now playing, and we've bought 2 new strikers. Gordon obviously got himself a 3-match ban for trying to be hyper aggressive against Liverpool, which we don't knock him for because we really should have been. We should have killed that game off in half an hour, and I'm going to keep saying it. I don't care if there's Liverpool fans watching. We should have killed you off in half an hour. We destroyed Liverpool for 30 minutes. We didn't make it count. We should have done. So that it's just effectively, it's not cherry picking. They're just showing you the data that's currently available. It's fair enough. But I don't think it's a problem. Newcastle's struggling attack is very much a rage bait, clickbait headline. There is no issue. We have a new young German centre forward who's getting used to it. Who was, let's not forget that the captain Bruno was giggling at him getting cramp after 45 minutes. The guy's clearly not ready yet. He was signed with Visser in mind as well. And then Gordon being unavailable for 3 matches. We've had to rotate. It's fine. I'm not concerned about this. As soon as we get our main players in the team, and we definitely could have gone a bit more aggressive at Bournemouth, but we can't keep doing this. Like we could have gone 4-3-3. We could have started Bruno and Joe Linton. We could have thrown the kitchen sink at them, and it might have worked. But we could have got injuries, and it could have gone wrong. So it's weighing up the risk at this point. So I've got no issues with the attack. I think we've got Eddie. This is one thing Eddie Howe is good at: is attacking patterns and getting a free-flowing attacking football style. But we've just lost Alexander Isak, and we're trying to change everything. It's game week 5, guys. It will take time.
It wasn't just that. I mean, we also took a lot of the creativity out of midfield also.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just a case of being backloaded. It was a striker that's not used to playing with a side not used to playing with that striker, and less creativity in the middle of the park, which I guess if Bruno had played, we may have created more chances. If Joe Linton had played, we may have created more chances. Who knows? And it's all hypothetical, but
I think it was understandable. Yeah, I think, looking back, Alex, we were there on Thursday night, the euphoria of that game, the energy that was put into that game, the adrenaline. It's going to be very hard to bounce back 3 days later away at Bournemouth, playing, the same team. And Bruno admitted in on his social media that, it was fitness that he didn't play yesterday because they're looking at, although he'd love to play, they have to think of their bodies. They have to think of their fitness. And all round, I think that was probably a discussion that he had with Eddie Howe, that he wouldn't play yesterday and he wouldn't come on as substitute unless he was really, really needed. And it turns out that he wasn't really needed. So, look, Eddie has to do what he thinks is right. We as fans will always, nitpick and have a look at things and criticize if we feel necessary. Look,
well, can I just add one more thing to what you showed stat wise?
Yeah.
The attack. I've just checked it, and the last 2 seasons under Eddie Howe, we've finished 4th for goals scored per 90, with 2.2 goals per 90 a few seasons ago and 1.8 last season. So that's the best. That's the fourth best team in the country for goal output 2 seasons in a row. There is nothing wrong with the output. I appreciate we had a fantastic striker up front. However, he wasn't always available. The goals were shared, and there was a lot of contributions from all of the wingers as well. So I've got no doubt that we will have a competent attack once we've got Visser back from injury, Voltomada's settled, Gordon's back from suspension. So we've been very good in attack for a long time.
Well, Billy, I mean, we've got to take some positives. 4 out of the 5 Premier League games we've played, we've got clean sheets in as well. So defensively, we are rock solid right now, and we've got some very, very good defenders in that team, and I think I think basically, Billy, we will get better going forward. There's no doubt about it. We've got better players to come in. Now, I did want to ask you about Voltomada, because I've seen a lot of sort of comments to and fro about whether he's a striker or not. Do you think when Wissa's fit that Voltomada is played behind him because of his link-up play?
I don't, because it means you have to take someone out of midfield. I don't, honestly. I believe that he'll play as a target man centre forward with people running off him. It's close controls will get him in good areas anyway. And I expect goals from the wide men and people from midfield also. So once he's settled in, I think we will start scoring goals.
But we're not getting the
once our players start reading him, then we'll start making goals. Once our players start reading him and he lays balls out to the wing, then maybe they can get the ball into the box where he's going to be more dangerous. I just think it's a case of getting used to how he plays the game and him getting used to how we play the game.
Absolutely.
At times yesterday, he was 10 yards ahead of everyone else.
Yeah,
up here.
I mean, his link-up play was superb first half, especially.
Yeah, not on his feet. He's just thinking ahead more than what our players are. Once they get used to that, and it will happen, it's just a case of gelling. That's all it is. He's coming to a new league. He's a youngster himself. Once he starts gelling, he's going to be absolutely unstoppable, I think.
I mean, we said many times during commentary, Billy, yesterday that, the way he brings that ball down, it's as if his feet are just sponge and they just soak the ball up when it lands. It's incredible control for such a big man. And let's be fair, he played Murphy in yesterday twice. And one was saved. One, I don't know what Murphy was doing, but he ran away from the goal for some reason. But listen, I agree. I just think there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of people criticizing very, very early that Eddie's doing this and doing that, which is why I put the video out today asking everybody that watches what they think. Do they think Eddie's changed philosophy, etc.? I think to a degree, I do actually think that maybe Eddie has learned from previous mistakes, because going down to places like Bournemouth, we've been crucified down there at times. And yesterday, we stifled Bournemouth just as much as they stifled us. Bournemouth only had a couple of opportunities, to be fair. And, they're a very, very good side. And I think to come away, not many people will come away with a point from the vitality this season, the way Bournemouth play. We know that. So
he's also got more depth than he's ever had.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we don't know if historically he would have done this had he had the squad. Bruno said last time we were in the Champions League, we had 4 keepers on the bench and some youth academy players.
Yeah.
Whereas now we've got an actual team we can start rotating.
We have. A couple of super chats in. Let's have a look. Aaron says, I think Eddie is playing it safe, picking up points until Wisser comes back. Then I reckon we can kick on. Eddie's first Champions League, 22-23, won 19, drawn 14, lost 5. Still time. Jilly has gifted a membership. Thank you, Jilly. Gaz says, no need to worry. Eddie is trying to bed in a solid defence while sorting our attackers. Positives to take. We haven't clicked yet, but we will. The Toon Review has gifted 5 Toon Review memberships as well. David Lamb says, this season, Eddie is in a new position and has a new problem, albeit a nice one. He can rotate players and is learning. In Eddie, we trust. And Scott says, think they go 4-2-3-1 on low blocks.
Potentially.
Maybe. We'll have to wait and
Time
see
will
when
tell.
this is back. There is one thing we've not mentioned, by the way. I do think the fixtures are playing a part in some of this. Not just... This is no longer one game at a time, because of how congested everything is with the new Champions League format, 8 matches. Post Bradford, guys, we've got Arsenal, Marseille, Man City. So that's 3 games in a row. That's Man City and Arsenal. Probably both of those you would imagine will finish in the top 3. So two of the top 3 teams in the country, and Marseille away in the Champions League.
Which
after
is
Bradford.
not an easy game, by the way. Marseille.
No, that is a horrible run.
Yeah.
And then it gets a bit softer, but it's still obviously with Champions League games in between everything. So we've really got to make sure people are available, everybody's fresh, everybody's match fit. We can't just do what we did last time and just play our strongest squad consistently and hope they don't break down, because we will end up in some serious bother come Christmas if we do that.
Absolutely. Right. Channel announcement. We have a channel announcement. Billy, would you like to play the trumpet or something just to...
Yeah, I'm on it. Tom Force one out. There you go.
There you go. Thank you, Billy, for that. Guys...
by the way, actually, that's not the fixtures at all. I've completely misread my sofa score, as people have pointed out, because they flipped the fixtures. Apologies, guys. That is completely wrong. Ignore everything I've just said. It is Arsenal, USG, and Forest. So it's actually not that bad. Apologies, sofa score have flipped the fixtures from the way they used to do it. So I completely misread that.
So in other words, Stato is blaming...
I am wearing a Castore shirt.
Yes.
That is what happens when you don't wear the Adidas stuff. It's
Indeed.
just cursed.
So sometimes happens when you wear Adidas stuff as well.
Yes. Anyway, channel announcement, guys. We are absolutely delighted and honoured. The Toon Review has made the finals of the Football Content Awards 2025. We are there. We have made it into the finals. So we need your help again more than anything. This is judged 50% by the judges, and the rest of it is made up by fan votes. It's the 20th of November, I think, of the actual finals night, the awards night. But I'm not sure when the voting ends. I will double check that. But guys, we really need your help. We're in the right category this time. Best content creator, Premier League. That's the one we're in. And we're up against some fantastic channels. I think there's about 10 or 12 this year. So there's actually a bigger group than what there normally is. This is what the Football Content Awards have described the Toon Review as. Okay? Because they list all the channels and they put what they're about. So this is what they've said about the Toon Review. The Toon Review delivers daily fact-led Newcastle United coverage, news, transfers, previews, watch-alongs, and post-match analysis, presented with humour and professionalism. Led by Paul, whose resilience inspires viewers, the team blends statistical depth, debate, and inclusive discussion across both the men's and women's teams. Avoiding unverified rumours, they prioritise balanced insight and community. With a rapidly growing audience and an environment where supporters feel welcome and supported, the Toon Review is a standout, integrity-driven hub for Newcastle United fans worldwide. That's fantastic. I mean, I'm really chuffed with the way they've described our channel there.
Just give us the fucking trophy and deal with it.
Well, I mean, look, it's incredible. So yeah,
I'm gonna go see if they got that off ChatGPT now.
That's exactly what Susan said, and I'm disgusted by both of yous.
I think someone's actually sat and thought it out for you. They've watched us. They've seen what they've seen, and it's exactly what they've said in the tin.
Yeah, it is
certainly with integrity and professionalism. Absolutely.
Yeah, and the humour and everything like that, without a doubt. I mean, listen, the judges,
fact we've managed to con ChatGPT is hilarious.
They made a big point of well, Alex, to be honest, when I last asked Chat, probably listen. When I asked ChatGPT, Alex, what the Toon Review was all about, yes, it actually says Paul is the host and is joined by co-host Sam. So unfortunately, ChatGPT
we're just Gemini not in there.
Didn't want to mention used to. Billy probably because he's wanted in very, very across the world, different countries for various things that he said on this channel. But
medical
listen,
science.
Medical science, yes. On a serious note, though, guys, listen, the four of us who come on the camera, the team behind the camera, I am massively proud that we've managed to make the finals again, and it's a credit to everybody and you guys who watch. Whether you're subscribed, you're just a viewer, a member, whatever you are, has helped us get to where we are now, and we don't forget that. We don't let it go to our head. We're very grounded individuals, as everybody knows, and we don't forget where we've come from. So listen, this is a big chance for us to go to Elland Road and hopefully come away with something. I think this is top 3, isn't there? So but we need your help, guys. Now, the link is pinned at the top of the description with instructions where to find us. All you do is click on the link. It'll take you to the voting page. You just scroll down until you see Best Club Content Creator. Click on the Premier League drop-down box, and you'll see the Toon Review in there. You just click it, and then you just scroll down to vote now, and that's your vote done. It's very, very simple this time. And we just hope that we can get enough votes in, and hopefully, along with the judges' votes, get enough to get us over the line this year. I think it's the 4th or 5th year we've been in the finals. I think it's the 4th. 4th, yeah. But this time we're in the right category. So we're not up against the podcasts of the world. There is a Sunderland one in there.
ChatGPT is
that's what I'm saying.
GPT is proper insulting.
I'm have a moan about this. Sunderland have got one in the Premier League. They've only been in the fucking Premier League 6 weeks or whatever it is. But they've also got one in the fucking Championship one as well. How's that work? Cheating swats.
Well, listen, they're there, but listen, we have to take care of ourselves, and at the end of the day, this is where you guys come in for it and help us, really help us.
I feel a bit disenfranchised from Eddie Howe now, though.
Why?
Because we're going to Elland Road to win.
Well. yeah. We are playing different tactics. Alex, you're looking very confused, mate. What are you doing?
I've just chat GPT'd some stuff about the Toon Review, and they're insulting all of you guys, the viewers. They're saying that our long form content might not be great for short attention spans and algorithmic preferences. How dare they? How dare they assume Newcastle United fans can't sit through a show?
So there you go, guys. I mean, we've got over 1,400 watching.
This is how the Terminator starts.
Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT is slagging you guys off, saying you don't have a very good attention span, guys.
Literally is. It literally said that.
So there you go. Make your complaints. Head to ChatGPT, contact us, and get them told. Honestly, that's terrible. How dare they insult our viewers? Bastards. What are the
viewers? Who are the viewers?
No, ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, AI-induced bastards.
Well, don't say that, Billy, because then when they take over, they'll remember this.
Yes, they could sponsor. Watch, we'll find out in a few days' time that the main sponsor of the Football Content Awards 2025 is indeed ChatGPT.
And then Billy's been found with an accident with an electric toothbrush or something.
Yeah. Oh my God. So yeah, guys, there you go. The voting is open now. Please go and vote and keep voting for us. This is huge for us, and we really, really want to come away with something this year. 4th year of trying, and we want to do it for you guys, and you can help us with that. So just click on the link at the top of the description of the show and keep voting, guys. And I will bang on about this. What am I? Who said that?
Someone being funny.
It's just about the attention span.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Terence Lawson.
Yeah. Honestly. Sorry, just saw a spider mucking around. Well, okay. Terminator 5, The Hunt for Billy. Yeah. Well, there's no doubt about that. No doubt about that.
Was there a 4, or have I missed that one?
Yeah, there's been 4, Alex. I haven't seen them all. I must admit to not seeing them all. I haven't seen the latest one, but they kind of died out after the first 2 were all right, and then yeah. Anyway, we're not film reviewing. We're reviewing the Bournemouth game now. Yes. Unfortunately, a little bit of sadness because it seems like a lot of Newcastle United fans have turned on Lewis Miley. some nicknaming him Lewis Pass Back Miley, I think is very, very, very unfair. We're still talking about a kid who is learning the game here and has been, I guess, thrust into the limelight probably earlier than what even Eddie Howe would have wanted, given the injury situation a couple of years ago. But I genuinely believe, Billy, that Lewis Miley yesterday was just doing what he was instructed to do.
He gave a very mature performance, disciplined, didn't give the ball away, won the ball in some nice areas for us. I don't see any criticism of Lewis Miley yesterday. I thought he had an absolutely very good game. Yeah, I mean, he was for what he was meant there to do. Did exactly what he was meant to do. Didn't give the ball away. Yeah, enjoyed it. Enjoyed his game, to be fair.
I mean, he was coming back and helping him. Helping Lewis Hall many times yesterday, especially in the first 20 minutes when Lewis looked a little bit rusty. And I just thought he covered the ground well. He did what he had to do. There was nothing outstanding about his game yesterday, don't get me wrong. But I thought he gave a very mature performance, Alex, and clearly was under instructions from Eddie Howe about how to play that game yesterday.
I agree. It was all on purpose. It was for a reason, the way he was playing and what the decisions he was making. I've seen it as well, and I'm actually really, really shocked. Ollie Hawkins, who I normally love his articles and he generally agree with most of his opinions on the NUFC blog, has written, never quite got a foothold in midfield, unfortunately. Seems to be lacking confidence at times. He did say a few other positives, but and gave him the second lowest score behind Joe Willock, which I just think I completely disagree with that. I think his job was to be a bit more of a linchpin in midfield, be cool, calm, collected, do some defensive work when necessary, knit things together. Don't be too adventurous. We've got a job to do. We've got a game plan. I don't quite know what people are expecting from him if it wasn't that, because that's exactly what I think he should be doing in that team at the moment. You know, it wasn't. He's not got the top end pace, and it wasn't the sort of game where you want him to be trying to take risks and do quite as much, especially when you've got other players on the pitch designed to do that, with Willock with a bit more freedom to try and make some marauding runs, even though it didn't really work. Yeah, I agree. I've seen some criticism on Miley, and I think it's completely unjustified personally. I read that completely differently. I think he did what he was asked to do, and he did it well. So I'm lost.
Thing is, Billy, we've got a young kid here who has a chance of being an absolute superstar for Newcastle, who's definitely got the talent. Clearly, Eddie sees the talent in him as well. And, you know, ridiculously, there is a lot of Newcastle fans trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do, to be honest. But the kid's got loads of time left. He's getting experience. You know, I mean, realistically, Billy, if we'd had the squad depth, maybe Miley might have gone out on loan.
I think I wouldn't want that. I think he's doing a very good job when he's called upon at Newcastle United. I thought he did, as I say, a disciplined performance yesterday. Had he been undisciplined and gave the ball away left, right, and centre, then maybe people would have had a right to complain about it. But he didn't. He was very mature. He sat in front of the back four. He went out and bailed out Joe Willock on 4 or 5 occasions first half. Yeah, helping Lewis Hall out. And then at times he was on the right, helping Livramento. I thought he gave him, you know, for a 6-ish role, I thought he had a very good game. I mean, I don't get it. If they want him to do things like run past players, flip the ball up over his head and score a volley from 40 yards, you look at the wrong bloke. He's a mature number 6 who may advance into a creative midfielder with age. But at the precise moment in time, he's just playing to what he can do because he's not nowhere near his potential yet. And Eddie Howe's using him in that role. No reason to criticise him whatsoever. Pathetic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it. You know, fair enough, marking game by game, but the kid's got bags of talent. I expect
there were games, by the way, recently where he wasn't as good.
Yeah, that's true.
Few poor decisions.
Yeah,
not tracking properly, and we criticised those games and those moments, but that didn't happen against Bournemouth. I didn't see him really drop the ball in any specific situations where he didn't track when he should have done, or there was sloppy passing. I thought Miley was fine. I got nothing really to overly critique him. I thought he did what he was meant to be doing.
Yeah. I don't understand it. And I think these are probably fans that have entered the supporting of Newcastle United in the last couple of years. G with a super chat saying, lads, you're below Sunderland and Man United. Where's the project? Well, thank you very much for super chatting a rival channel. I don't understand what the hell you're doing that for. But
so, G, we've got Man United soon, so we'll be above them and get them again.
Yeah.
And as for Sunderland, they've got a desperate time coming now with fixtures.
Well,
they've got the AFCON.
He's clearly a Liverpool fan because he's got Isak there, yeah.
Oh, we'll be fine. We just need to stabilise after our transfers. Yeah, you boys are bloody lucky to be where you are, and you know it as well.
Yeah. I mean, talk about additional time, shall we? I think
9 or 10 points, and they wouldn't be able to moan. They're on a lot more than that.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to get into a rambling about Liverpool Football Club at all. But what I'm saying is,
if they were down on Saturday by 1-0, there'd have been 10 minutes injury time there.
Of course,
they were leading and under pressure. 3 minutes.
If Liverpool have needed something this season, they suddenly have 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes injury time. And if they're winning and hanging on. Yeah, but when have you ever known a game to have 3 minutes additional time, Alex? Come on. At the end of the
night, that is absurd. With substitutions as well, it is absurd. They're getting the rub of the green at the moment. Every shot is going in off the inside of the post, and it's just one of those things. Man United did it 15 years ago. It wasn't necessarily through quality sometimes. It was through a bit of luck and just being that team. Liverpool have got that momentum at the moment where they've just, the fat lady is singing, and it absolutely is. And they're just winning everything. It doesn't mean that they always deserve games.
Moisey calling it out. He certainly was, and he was right to do so.
But even with the extra time, it doesn't mean that Everton would have got anything out of that. But it's the point of it. They are getting quite fortunate, and
but Alex,
some of their fans know they are. But
booking the Everton player for taking a free kick too quickly.
Yeah, that was outrageous. It definitely doesn't help the opposition team's momentum when they do things like that.
Literally nobody understands that, by the way. Even former referees, pundits, nobody understands how that was a booking. It was absolutely disgraceful.
Down in England, that's why.
Well, I mean, come on, Jesus Christ. Anyway, it is time to move on to the. Actually, it is time to put up the player of the rating, the man of the match poll. Yes, thank you, Billy. Before we do our player ratings, man of the match for you yesterday, Mr. Trey.
Sven Botman, quite easy for me.
Alex.
I'm going to put Volto in.
Really? Okay.
And I've got a conversation I've got something to say about him as well. The fact that you've gone really is what a lot of people are saying, and I'm very confused. But we'll get to that.
Hey, no. Listen, hey. I thought he had an excellent first half, by the way. He tired in the second. There was no doubt about that. But my God, he was effective in the first. So I understand. Now, who else?
Tonali.
Stop putting thoughts in my head, Alex. It's my decision, not yours. We'll come to a joint one for the fourth one.
Willock.
Oh, why fuck I? I've got a lot to say on him and all.
That's the last time I try and big Willock up, by the way. I'm not doing it ever again.
You pillock. It's all your fault.
It's my fault, yeah.
You were an absolute pillock for Willock.
Chow or Tino, maybe?
Alex, stop it.
I'm just giving you options because you've been umming for 5 minutes.
Yes, and you for 25 minutes most of the time. I've gone for Malik Chow. Right.
You very much. You weren't playing.
No.
Hey, it's a good shout, though.
I thought you had a good game. It's going to go on forever, that, isn't it? It's never going to leave us. Right. We need a joint one, guys, for the fourth one.
Yeah, pick one, yeah.
I have Malik Chow.
He's picked Chow.
Oh, sorry. I thought you just sneezed.
And number 4 has got to be, in my book, it's got to be either Tonali or Tino, with the next two probably better players. I think Hall probably started off too rusty to get into this as a vote.
I think Lewis Miley, personally.
I don't think Miley was as good as somebody like Sandro.
Sandro's always in it.
Yeah, well, you can't just exclude him because he's just always good. That's not how it works.
We'll go for Tonali then. All right. So there's your 4 players to vote for man of the match yesterday, guys. Is it Botman, Voltemada, Chow, or Tonali? Get your votes in, and we will tackle that at the end of the show. Oh, went all scouse there. We'll tackle that at the end of the show. But we will. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, Yvonne has
So
gifted
many
a
people
Toon Review
saying Nick
membership
Pope.
as well. So many what?
So many people saying Nick Pope scares me.
I actually was going to mention Nick Pope.
It was the footwork that excludes
He
him
made
from
you
the
see
squad.
your pants,
The
Paul.
saves were good, but
He
the
did make me shit
passing
my
was
pants. Yes, I did.
and the sweeping. He forgot. I said to Billy the other day, he forgot his brush. He forgot his.
I did touch cloth again in the second
Broom.
half yesterday, undoubtedly. When he held on the ball, and then he fell over when he kicked it, and it could have been a lot worse. John, with the super chats in, the bias of the officials towards the cartel and against others like us is a scandal. It has to be investigated. Well, I mean, listen, I still don't know how yesterday we didn't get a penalty, but we didn't. But we'll come on to Voltamada. Right, Billy, guys, join us in the live chat with your player ratings. Let us know what you thought. Nick Pope, Billy.
I think he's had an excellent start to the season. His distribution's better than it was. However, it couldn't get much worse, let's be fair. It's better than what it was. The only thing yesterday that let him down was his judgment of coming out the balls and leaving them. He almost got Malik Chow sent off in one occasion.
Yeah.
But his actual shot saving, catching of crosses, that kind of thing, exemplary. I'll give him a 7.5.
7.5 from Billy. Alex.
The save at the end, down to his left, as we say, he normally can't do.
If he didn't save that, I'd be very annoyed, Alex.
Oh, I agree. But yeah, the saves were brilliant. The sweeping was diabolical. He forgot his broom, and it was silly. And the composure with his feet. Well, I don't think I can phrase it like that because there was none. So he gets the 7 for the saves, but he cannot go any higher than that because of the sweeping and the footwork just being non-existent. And I am excited to see us rotate goalkeepers against Bradford. I'll be disappointed if Ramsdale doesn't play. I want to remember what it's like. Similarly to how we had Botman and Chow, is a bit refreshing for us to see something a bit different. I'm now waiting to see a goalkeeper that can kick a ball. It will be very refreshing if he starts against Bradford.
Can you imagine that team sheet comes out for Bradford and Gillespie's starting?
No, I've had a long day, Paul. Let's not go down that road, please.
I won't, but I can just imagine the fury at the Walker household.
I would not come on the show because I would get us cancelled.
No, you would be destroying your own property. You'd be throwing things off the wall.
I would burn bridges with the club No, I would not. That would not be okay. And Eddie Howe would never do that because he also wants to win the match. So
well, I would damn well hope so. I've gone 6.5 for Pope. He genuinely, and as you guys have mentioned, the footwork and stuff like that, it scares the crap out of me. Once he came out for some reason, I think it was first half.
He did a Martin. He Dubravka'd it. He backpedaled.
Yeah, and then the second half, obviously, the Malik Chow definitely thought he was coming for the ball, and then he decided to stop. And then the other time when I actually almost pooed a little bit when he was closed down and he slipped on a goal kick. And I'm sick of touching cloth when Nick Pope gets a back pass.
Yeah, Turtles head was well out the shell there, wouldn't it?
Jesus Christ. But honestly, both eyes were wide open as well. Never mind the Turtle's head. But, apart from that, he came for cross as well. And
professional post-match analysis that the Content Awards have described as that.
Well,
I hope they're not watching this one.
Well, the element of humor is there as well, Alex. Don't forget that. They mentioned that. We have to
lavatorial humor.
Lavatorial humor, absolutely. David Lamb has sent in a super chat saying, voted all the best, all the Geordie best, guys. Thank you very much, David. Much appreciated. Right, Tino Livramento, Billy.
I thought he started off quite rusty. Whether it was going to right back and playing there for the first time this season, or seemingly the first time this season, whether that got into his head or not, I don't know. But as the game went on and on and on, it was better and better and better. I'll give him a 7.5 as well.
Okay. Alex?
I don't think he was quite as good as he's been in recent matches. I think he did have to try and find his feet and his bearings. Slightly different shape and playing as a wing back. Everything around him was a bit different shape-wise as well. He'd got Toon Army next to him, Murphy playing in a slightly different way. He'd got a lot more to think about, and he was on a different side. So factoring all of that in, I don't think he was as attacking as he's been recently. He made 0 of his 5 crosses he found a teammate with. But was still very competent defensively. I'll go 7.5 because, again, clean sheet, he was fine.
I've gone 6.5. I thought it was a decent performance. Nothing really special. Like you say, Alex struggled with the crossing, but then again, that seems to be hitting us like a freaking whirlwind right now. Is set pieces and stuff like that. I don't understand what the plan is on set pieces. This new guy's been in since what, June, and we still haven't seen any.
In this game specifically, I think that's more of a concern because you've got Botman, Byrne, Chow, and Voltamada in there.
Yeah, hold on, give us
got to hit one of them.
You kickoff.
Well, yeah, but we're not the only ones that do that, Billy. There is other Premier League teams do that, and I don't know where the hell that's come from. There's been times we've seen kickoffs where teams have kept the ball and scored within the first minute, but we just like punting for the line.
He's copying Simeone, that's why.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, it's a very strange.
He got away murdered, by the way, Tino, as well with that offside goal, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Right, Lewis Hall, Billy.
Very similar to Tino, actually. I thought he started really rustily also, but that's expected. The last 95 minutes, after not played all season, was phenomenal. And again, as the game went on and on and on, he became more of an influence in it. Actually getting on the pitch this week, cultured left foot, calm as
that cultured left foot, Billy, absolutely. Yeah,
I'm going to give Lewis Hall a 7.5 also.
Okay. Alex?
Yeah, started very rusty. Positioning, passes, connecting with teammates. It wasn't quite there, but he drew 4 fouls in that match and he got more and more and more into it. And yeah, just looked. But towards the sort of middle of the second half, I was absolutely at ease with Lewis Hall. I knew he was going to do what he was going to do. You knew he wasn't going to make a mistake. And he grew into it. 10 out of 16 ground duels, by the way. He's learning, and obviously drew the 4 fouls. Nice to have a left footer on the pitch to offer something a bit different. And it's his first real, you'd say, proper set of minutes since coming back from injury that will definitely do him doing good going forward. So I'm going to go for a 7.5. I appreciate that's a bit high because there was a lot of cobwebs to sort of brush off in the first half, but I felt like the fact I think he's so gifted, the fact that somebody can play themselves into a good game. Not many players can do that, right? The amount of times we've said about Willock and other people, they'll take a few games to get going again. Lewis Hall's like, no, just give me a full game. I'll sort it out. And he's still a kid at the end of the day. So, yeah, 7.5.
Especially against Semenyo as well. Have you ever seen Semenyo as quiet as that?
Yeah, and against Semenyo. He deserves a lot of credit for...
Semenyo went right and left because he couldn't get any joy.
Well, Jimenez went off as well, didn't he? And got booked. Lewis Hall, I thought did really well.
I've given him 6.5. Again, good performance. I think you guys are a little bit on the high side considering the game we actually watched yesterday.
I think the context
we're marking the defense.
Well, yeah,
we did get a clean sheet as well.
I mean, I know I've given 6.5. I thought he was very rusty early doors, but however, he improved as the game went on, which is why I've given 6.5. Remember, on this channel, 5 is average, so 6.5 is a good score, is a good performance. So. There. Olasula, no, that's not the one. Olasula with a super chat. If there is another channel as good as this, brackets there can't be, then you both deserve it. Good luck, guys. We both deserve it. So,
as in
I think it's channel, just a grammatical thing. Don't worry about it.
As in the other channel, if there's one as good as this, we both, but there isn't one, so.
That's how I read it, Billy. But
I don't think anyone else has been nominated from the Newcastle, have they?
I haven't seen anyone. Whether they've entered or not is a different
for our category.
overall.
No, with only Newcastle won in our category, but I don't think any did the categories either.
I haven't really looked.
Surely
through them
Matty
yet.
and Adam got in. They normally do.
Adam hasn't entered this year.
Oh, yeah,
because
I know
of what happened to him last year.
did he?
So yeah. Anyway, on with the player ratings. Sven Botman, Billy.
Easiest 10 I'm ever going to give, I think. He was absolutely phenomenal. Back to his old Rolls Royce self. I don't know what his stats were, but I don't remember him anyone going past him or beating him in the air or.
That one when he shimmied out the way the forward was closing him down and he went one way then the other and just that forward is still Evan Nielsen, I think it was. He's still looking for Botman right now. He doesn't know where he's gone.
His passing's great as well. It's just great to have him back, and it's given Eddie Howe a problem because you can't drop that kind of quality. You can't.
No, you can't. You can't. Alex.
Yeah, Sven, I think gets. If I've given those two 7.5s, I'm going to give Sven Botman. I think I'm going to give him an 8, just based on stats, feel, eye test.
Whoa. I've got to pull you up on this, Alex, because you have scored Livramento and Hall 7.5s. You're telling me that Botman's performance was only a 0.5 better than those two? Seriously?
I thought Hall and Livramento were solid. We didn't concede.
Yes, but you're talking
Lewis Hall won
Botman's
10 ground duels as a fullback. It was fantastic.
Yeah, but Botman's performance is not 0.5 more. Surely.
I mean, he didn't do anything in an attacking capacity at all. So I'm judging him on just the defending.
Not in the attackers.
We'll get to them. We'll definitely get to them. I mean, okay, there's an argument to be made. I could probably make it 8.5. But I'm just judging it on, again, it's just our arbitrary numbers, isn't it? I think Sven Botman was better by a bit than Livramento and Hall, whether that's 0.5 or 1. I'll keep an 8 just because it's what I said originally. But you're not wrong. I could easily have gone 8.5. It's what Billy's Rolls Royce. It's lovely to see him not constantly holding his knee and having problems after 30 minutes. He played the game. He was fine. He looks like a powerhouse. He's sprinting again. His timing's better. Billy, you're right. Didn't lose in the air at all. And I am excited because, guys, it's coming soon. It is coming soon to a pitch near you. It will be Lewis Hall, Sven Botman, Malik Chow, and Tino Livramento. It's coming. It's only a matter of time. That is going to be the back four. And I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Ramsdale somehow features as a goalkeeper in this in 6 months' time. And I think that should be our back five going forward. But it's going to take time because Burns undroppable. He's a leadership group player. Trippy is going to get in the mixer. I don't think they
can be undroppable now, Alex, given the talent we have there. I think undroppable is probably a little stretch now because they are droppable because we've got really good players there now. And they're not guaranteed to be in that start lineup week in, week out. So Eddie has a big choice to make, but it's your decision to give him an 8. I'm going to score Sven Botman an 8. Joke. I'm giving him a 9. I thought he was absolutely brilliant yesterday. Again, looking back to his best, and the fact is, you guys are right. The fact he stayed fit, he looks fit, he looks hungry again, and he's absolutely superb defending. You just got ultimate confidence in Sven Botman when he's defending and when he's got the ball. He's just so easy on the eye to watch play the game, and it's absolutely fantastic. Dan Byrne, Billy.
First half, I thought he was a bit shaky. Second half, I thought he was outstanding. He popped the ball over the place, didn't he? He
was left wing, he was right wing, he was all over the place.
He really did put a shift in for the team.
Yeah.
His second half performance was absolutely fantastic, but his first half, not so good. So I'll give him a 7.5 again.
Okay. Alex?
I'm going to go with the 7.5 as well. I don't think it was quite as, and I feel harsh because I think statistically he's put up a lot more than Big Sven did. He's won a lot more in terms of duels. He's contested more. He's got 11 clearances. He popped up on the left wing. He tried to grab the game by the scruff of the neck, which I really admire that from a centre half to try and do that. However, I guess I'm marking him down because he just doesn't look as cultured as a footballer as Sven Botman, and that sounds really horrible.
I understand.
But
I get where you're coming from with that. Absolutely. He doesn't stand out like Sven, does he? It's
one of those. It's not that Dan Burn does anything wrong. It's that when you see Sven Botman contest a duel or set up a pass, it just looks better and he executes it better because it's technical quality. It's not that Dan Burn's done anything wrong. He did really, really well in that game. I'll go for 7.5. I think he was fine.
Same for me, 7.5. I thought he looked exhausted in the first half. I thought he looked absolutely dead on his feet.
A lot.
But then second half, it's like he must have had a few Red Bulls because he was all over the place. He was down the left wing, he was down the right wing. He was actually doing everything he could to help try score a goal, which was fantastic to see. So whatever he did at halftime worked a treat for him, and he was energized. So 7.5. Malik Chow, Billy.
I thought he gave an excellent performance. He's very calm on the ball. Nothing seems to faze him. However, he does seem to have a bit of a rush of blood to the head at times. I think he was really lucky not to get sent off. Really lucky.
Yeah, I do as well.
And I've looked at that second yellow again, and Stato said Tonali's pushed him. He's pushed him, and then Christie's made 2 or 3 paces before Chow's got into him. So I'm not sure. I think it's the second yellow. I think he's looking to stay on. But apart from that, his general football was outstanding. I'll give him an 8, even though he could have gone.
8 for me as well. I agree with you, Billy. I thought he very, very cultured on the ball. I think he looks an excellent player. Sometimes a little bit of a rush to the head. I mean, Julie's saying his first yellow was harsh. Not if you watch it again, Julie. He deliberately handballs it to stop Bournemouth player getting the ball. He sort of hits it with his arm.
I thought his first yellow was harsh, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but you're gonna.
But once he's been done, you can't. To me, you can't say, "Well, you've had a yellow." That second one was worse than the first by a long way.
Yeah. But listen, he didn't get sent off, thank God. So an 8 from me, Alex.
I'm going to go for a 7.5 purely because of the yellow cards and that side of it. I think it has to be factored into the rating. But it was an 8 performance with the half a point off for the discipline because it could have cost us the game. I think unlikely even with a sending off. But then obviously Fabian Schär's still unavailable for a period of time. So we'd have been without a right-sided centre-half. We would have had to use the cells, which I guess is fine, but there is a difference in standard. But yeah, solid, really, really good sort of interceptions, reading of the game. He's still quite a young man, to be fair, especially as a centre-half. 4 interceptions is really solid. He's a bit of a, as we say on this channel, he's a bit of a chunk. He's a unit. He's hard to beat in the air. He's hard to beat on the ground. I'm really impressed with him. I think he's a good pick. I think everybody can kind of see some of the things maybe the Milan fans were.
Yeah, but can we just say that, am I right in saying that that's his first start in the Premier League?
I think it is because he's only come on in substitution appearances.
Yeah, so let's look how good he played yesterday for his first full start in the Premier League.
You can see he's got all the technical quality, like we saw when he came on against Barcelona, he's definitely got it. So it was Barcelona, wasn't it? Or was it Wolves?
Yes, it
was.
He
reads the game really well. He doesn't make tackles as such, but he's in the right place. Interceptions are his thing, I think.
He reads the game very well. Similar to Botman. Botman reads the game extremely well as well.
For not being the finished product when obviously he was quite young, which I think is a bit naive. Like they were stropping that he made mistakes and he was doing this, that, and the other. Yeah, because when he was at Milan, he was like 22. Like, what do you expect for the centre half? Like, come on. So yeah, I think he'll be really good for us.
I'm excited to see him and Botman. Honestly, I think those two are going to be superb for us. I really do. Lewis Miley, Bill.
I thought he gave a really professional performance. Very mature, very disciplined. Just moving the ball, whether it's backwards or sideways, keeping the ball, not losing it. For that alone, I'll give him a 7.5. I thought it was a really mature performance from the young lad.
Oh, you're loving the 7.5.
I know, I'm thinking now.
Alex?
I'm going to go for a 7. And that, again, that's not a negative. He won every single duel he was part of, a couple on the ground, one in the air. Fairly solid passing accuracy. Even got a key pass in this game, which Joe Willock did not manage any at all. Yeah, solid. 7 out of 10. Did what he was supposed to do. No mistakes. Really, really tidy.
I've gone 6.5. Again, like I said earlier, decent performance, nothing outstanding, but a good, solid display. And I think we've got loads of stuff to come from Miley. I really do. Eddie thinks he's a special player. I agree with Eddie, and I'll back Eddie and say, like, let him work with Eddie for a while, and let's just see what this kid becomes. Without shouting to the rooftops about calling him back past Miley and all that bullshit, when all he's doing is basically doing what his manager asked him to do. There was no, if you watch his game yesterday, when Miley picks the ball up, most of the time, there's nothing ahead of him. And Billy, you mentioned that in commentary yesterday, that a few times we were getting the ball and looking up and there was nobody there making a run. So what's he going to do? Just hang on to the ball and get tackled, or give it to a man who's free, who happened to be one of the centre-backs? That's what he's going to do, and he's very safe with it. Tonali, Billy.
Yeah, I think because we were a man short in midfield, and not just through figures, through actual someone not performing, I think he had to really raise his game, and I think he did. I think, he was all over the place again, as he always is. I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he had a really good game, and he had to have one. Had he have not performed yesterday, the chances are we wouldn't have won that game.
Yeah. Alex?
I'm going to go for a 9. I thought he was just outrageous. The fact that you drop his 2 midfield partners and you ask him to, and he did a lot more yesterday than I've ever seen him do. I saw him giving instructions to Joe Willock, to Jacob Murphy, even scolding people at times. You need to be here. You need to do this, which I've not seen from Sandro much. And he did everything statistically. Key passes, shots, duels, crosses, long balls. He put himself about. He was everywhere. Unlucky maybe not to have scored. Yeah, a 9. I don't know what we would do without him at this club, to be honest. I know everybody loves Bruno. People love Joe Linton. People love a load of players. But I think
you can love them all. They're playing in the black and white, but
he's not the heartbeat of the 11. He's the heartbeat of the squad. He's just outrageous. And again, I'm shocked that we got him uncontested, and there's so many rumours for other players and not Sandro. People are mad. Sandro's absurdly good.
8 for me. I agree with everything you both have said. I just love watching him. I just love the way he just glides across the pitch. The way he passes the ball is with much ease, and he's way ahead of a lot of the other players. He knows where he's going to put the ball before he's even got it, and it's just brilliant. Let's not forget also he played against Barcelona on the Thursday.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Doing it again.
I mean, what an engine he's got. I don't expect him to play on Wednesday, though. So he'll get a rest. Do you not think the young players watch channels and read X? People need to wind the neck in. Well,
agree.
Yeah. They do, because the players talk about it.
But when it comes to abuse, like the crap Miley's been getting, I mean, obviously players know if they don't play well, they're going to be criticised. However,
and the fact that all of his brothers will be on social media, as will his parents,
not to the degree that Miley had to turn his comments off. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. And people are just stupid. Right, Joe Willock, Billy.
I mean, I tried to big him up yesterday. I tried my best to get him. I highlighted everything good he did in the game. That took about 5 seconds.
That wasn't annoying at all.
But every time I did big him up, I fell into a pot of stew because he kept giving the ball away afterwards.
Yes, you did.
A complete and utter passenger. And he's in the side for his dynamism. He doesn't seem to have that pace anymore. So he's not dynamic anymore. He's bulked up so he doesn't get injured, but he still gets injured. It was just periphery to everything that was going on. It's really poor. And once again, he's had a chance to put his arm up and say, look, I'm worthy of a first in place. And once again, he's failed miserably. I'll give him a 1 for putting his boots on the right feet, but I'm not sure he actually did.
Well, Alex?
I think a 1's a little bit harsh, but 6 out of 9 ground duels. So he did put himself about physically, won the ball back a fair few times. It's the end of my notes. There's no key passes, no crosses, no long balls, no shots, no driving runs, no reasonable link-up play. Yeah, and that is ultimately what he's in the side for. And look, we get it, Joe. It's your first start in a while. Well, I don't know if that's true. I think it's true. And we don't expect you to start and score a hat-trick. Like, I get that expectations have got to be realistic. But there was nothing from what he's normally good at or has been known to be good at. Just even the driving runs. He didn't beat his fullback once. And it's just, I don't know. I feel a bit sad for him now. I'm at that point where I don't want to be mean to him because I just feel really bad because he was so good.
It's a shadow of
years
his
ago.
himself, though, isn't he? He's a shadow of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go with a 4 because of the really good physical work, a couple of good headers, defensive headers in his own box, but just offered nothing else. Nothing else at all. It's a real shame.
I can't go to a 4. I've gone 2. I think, Billy, when you mentioned a shadow of his former self, remember when he knocked that ball past Diakite? And, years gone by, we've seen Willick absolutely blow the defender out the water when he does that, when he flicks it round him.
He had to go at Jimenez as well and couldn't.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to have the pace was gone, the drive, determination to get past the defender like we've seen in the past just wasn't there. And listen, I think it's obviously the injuries have caught up with him because he's had a couple of really bad, serious injuries where, it's just whether it's a confidence thing with him and he doesn't believe that he can push himself at 100% anymore because he's worried about another long-term injury. I don't know. That might be all in his head. However, I can't see what he offers us anymore. And I used to be excited about Joe Willick when he used to pick the ball up and drive towards the penalty area.
It was the passing as well, Paul, though. Some of the passes he pulled out of his locker were fantastic.
Yeah,
he's got none of that anymore either. He's not getting his head up. He's not trying dinks over the top, through balls. There's none of it.
I mean, that ball outside of his foot to Isaac in his first game was,
Yeah, I mean, you look back at those,
like that now,
you know, the first time finish against Chelsea. Remember that one from the edge of the box when he curled it in, and you just don't. He's just not
Scoring
that player anymore.
and-
Yeah, and I disagree with people saying he's lazy. I don't believe that he's lazy. I just believe that either there's something in his
The thing
head.
is, he plays lazy sometimes, though, and I agree, though. I don't think he is lazy, but sometimes he doesn't move where he's meant to be moving, and
It's a shame. It's a shame because there was a hell of a player in there. I just don't. I think Baz Down Under makes a good point there. His confidence is shot. And when your confidence is shot, that affects your home gameplay. We've seen it many, many times.
you never know. We might get him back to something, but it can't get any worse than that in terms of attacking.
Well,
output.
he's
There
got a
wasn't
long
any.
way to go. He's got a long way to go for it to see that kind of player back again. But it's sad. It really is. Murphy, Billy.
Tough one to mark, really, because I think he should have scored. He should have been in on goal and went the wrong way. Unbelievable that he went out wide when he could have been on goal, one-on-one with the keeper. It's a hard one to score because he did put some nice balls in, or not to anyone in particular, but 7.
7. Alex?
I think 7's fair because I think he definitely did something to Rob Jones's family in a past life. I don't quite understand why.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't quite understand the decisions because in the first half, I don't really think the referee did anything wrong apart from the call specifically on Jacob Murphy. Murphy just got clattered and Rob Jones was just like, nope, sorry. It was bizarre. I think he just deserves a lot of high marks for some of the interplay with Voltemada. He was the only player in a black and white shirt that managed to get some link-up play with Voltemada going.
I agree.
Unfortunately, though, Bournemouth figured it out pretty quickly because Murphy kept trying to do exactly the same thing. And then they shut it down really quick. And then they kept fouling him. And then he wasn't getting the fouls. And it just went wrong for him. In my notes, in my match day notes, I've not written the name Jacob Murphy anywhere in the first 15 minutes of the second half. I had to go back and check that because he just didn't do anything in the opening part of the second half at all. Difficult game for him. I think it would have helped maybe having a bit more support because he was having to try and do a lot on his own and didn't get the protection he maybe needed.
I've gone 6.5 simply because of he disappeared second half. I thought he was bright and lively first half, had that opportunity when he was played in, saved by Petrovic at the near post, and then obviously the one when he played in again. I have no idea why he just didn't burst into the box and hit that. But again, Murphy is an asset to this squad. I don't care what anybody says. He is. He's got a lot to offer this squad. Volto, Billy.
He's a very high quality player. There's not many players I've seen this season, any season actually, as a target man centre half that the ball doesn't bounce off, and it doesn't bounce off him ever, whether it's in the air, whether it's in his chest, or more so when it's to his feet. A crisply struck pass towards Volto sticking to him, and he holds it up and lays it off. Really good at it. It's just getting him used to his teammates, and his teammates more specifically used to him. And once that does happen, as I say earlier, we're going to have a big player on our hands. I thought he had their defence kind of on toast really, as a hold up centre forward, and he should have had a penalty. Very strong with his back to goal. I'll give him an 8.
Alex,
I'm going to go with an 8. I mean, Dylan Richardson's just written there. He gave the ball, lost the ball a lot. I completely disagree. I think out of any centre forward we've had since Solomon Rondon, he has held that up the most successfully.
Yeah.
Pretty much every time it went to him in the first half, it stuck. And not only that, there was added flair and flick-ons for attacking players to go and do something with. He brought everyone into play. He gets a really good mark from me. I'm going 8. I think we should have done something more productive with his hold-up play and bringing others in, because he did it so many times, and 100% stonewall penalty. He deserves a rating for winning a penalty for his team, because that was a penalty. That was a huge officiating mistake from the referee and the VAR team. You do not punish somebody for theatrically going down when he's 6'6". Like, if he stays on his feet, you don't give it. If he goes down, you don't give it. When it is categorically a penalty, when it's a shirt pull. If you do that on the halfway line to stop a counter-attack, it's a foul. Why is it not a foul in the box?
Or you're wearing a Liverpool or a Man United shirt.
Categorically a penalty every single day of the week. I thought Volto did exactly what he was meant to do brilliantly. And then, he got really tired 65 minutes in, started losing the ball a bit. Passes weren't fantastic because he was tired, so he needed to come off at that point. But if we can you guys imagine if we can actually get a proper lineup with players like Gordon and Alanga sort of running in behind off of those flick-ups and flick-ons and little counter plays? Because, Volto was tired by the time Alanga came on anyway. If we can get Gordon and Alanga on the end of those flick-ons, we'll be laughing.
I've gone for a 7, similar to what you guys have said. But I think for the penalty, I think he fell the wrong way. If he'd have gone back over when he felt the pull on his shirt, I think it would have been given. And I know that
isn't that a shameful thing to have to say, though?
Absolutely.
The VAR should be
100%, mate. Because I said this in the commentary yesterday when we watched it and we saw the replay. Now, we've seen penalties given against defenders for very similar shirt pulls at corners this season.
You shouldn't have to put jazz hands on it to get the pen. Absolutely. You should just get the pen.
When the Premier League announced at the start of the season they were clamping down on the shirt pulling, then make it consistent. You've given penalties for less shirt pulls than that. But when you see the actual shirt being pulled, how do you sit in VAR and say, nah, we'll look at the way he fell to the ground more than we will what the shirt pull was? It's still a shirt pull. It doesn't matter whether he over-exaggerated the fall. You've still pulled the shirt, which is a foul. So you've got to give the penalty.
What was Jimenez booked for? Anyone remember?
Can't remember.
Pulling Lewis off
Pulling the shirt, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is exactly the same as what
was Joe Linton booked for against Barcelona? Pulling the shirt.
Diakite was booked as well, so would have, in theory, been sent off by the end of that match.
I mean, I don't... It's shameful that, it just does not matter where he fell. It's the fact that he was fouled. The shirt was pulled. That is a penalty. And Abs is right there. You can't accidentally pull someone's shirt. It's always deliberate, should always be a foul.
He knew he was in trouble because if he hadn't pulled his shirt, he'd have turned and shot.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
But how do VAR look at that and say that's not a penalty? That's not a foul. It's disgusting again from VAR. Again, they've completely fucked up. It's ridiculous, man. And it just goes on every single week. But I guarantee you now that if that was Manchester United or Liverpool, they would have had a penalty yesterday. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows
they got a mistake wrong against Chelsea. Like, they gave Bruno Fernandes's goal when Šeško was right next to him in front of the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to count as interfering with play and being 100%. Next to, because the goalkeeper doesn't know who's going to go for it. So the guy in the offside position is causing an issue there. Goal has to be ruled out. But because Fernandes is onside, it gets given as onside. And then you've got the Fulham goal that was disallowed a few weeks ago. It is week after week after week to one of those cartel clubs, and it is ridiculous. Yep. The refs need to get some more minerals.
Right. Who was first sub on, Alex?
It was 62nd minute. We had a double change. It was Alanga and Barnes on for Murphy and Willock.
Right. Alanga, Billy?
He put the effort in, pace-wise. He did run past the defender on a couple of occasions, but did nothing with it. No end product for him, so I'll give him a 6.
Alex?
Yeah, I agree. 6. Didn't get any crosses in, but again, Voltomada's tired by the time you bring Alanga on.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what are we trying to do with him? Pass it to who? Who's up front? Yeah, silly, really. 6. What's he supposed to do?
Yeah, 6 for me as well. Very difficult. We didn't really give him the ball very much either, which, Alanga's very much an explosive winger and he wants the ball, and we didn't get the ball to him. Harvey Barnes, Billy?
I thought he started quite brightly, actually, when he came on, and then faded into insignificance again. The first 10 minutes he was on, he looked a bit of a threat. Looked like he was really up for it.
Yeah.
But after that, just kind of faded out into it. So I'll give him a 6 as well.
6. Alex?
Yeah, 6 is fair. I agree with Billy. Definitely looked like he got into some reasonably good attacking positions and was trying to do some good stuff and then kind of disappeared. Absolutely penalised for fouls that were not his fault. He got the ball booted at his neck and did this. Yeah. And then got blamed for a deliberate handball. Absolutely outrageous. Yeah. I can't believe that you can have such a competent first half refereeing performance and such an incompetent second half performance. It was outrageous, some of the stuff we were getting penalised for. Harvey Barnes just got the ball launched at him, kept his arms within his own silhouette, and that's a yellow. It's not yellow. It was a handball. What? Where's he supposed to put his arms? He's supposed to eat them? I just don't understand anymore. I don't understand this rule.
Well, it was the same with the cross that hit Tonali, wasn't it? They looked at that one as well. Where's Tonali supposed to put his arm there? Absolutely.
He put it in front of his face. He did that. Yeah. Literally cowering.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to cower. Is that an unnatural arm position for the action you are?
Of course it is, because you're going to get your face blown off. You know what I mean? I've given Barnes a 5, right down the middle, average for me. Did look lively for the first few minutes he was on, but then he just disappeared. 5. Next, Alex?
It was Jamal Lascelles and William Osula.
What minute did they come on, though? Because it was late,
84.
wasn't it?
It was pretty late.
Yeah, we'll not mark them.
I thought Lascelles did pretty well, actually. I thought he made a couple of clearances. Well, I don't think William Osula even touched the ball.
I don't think he did. But we'll leave them.
He got 4 touches and an aerial duel, and that was it.
Yeah, too late. We're not marking on 6 minutes. Eddie Howe, Billy?
Well, his aim of the game was to get a point, and he's come back with one quite easily. My qualms is at times of that game, I thought we could have stepped on it a little bit and maybe got a winner. But
yeah,
obviously Eddie was more concerned with keeping a clean sheet and coming down with a point. He's done that, so I'll give him a 7.
7. Alex?
I think 7's fair. I think we could have played a better team, but the whole point is we're trying to be careful with squad management. So you can't say he's done the wrong thing. We have to be careful this time. Look how injury ravaged we were in recent seasons. We've got to be really careful. So the game plan was okay. He tried to make sure we didn't lose and tried to put some attacking bits on it. Didn't quite work. Yeah, 7 out of 10. Don't think he did anything really wrong.
I've given him a 6, and I've given him the 6 for the reason Billy said. The fact that I thought we could have gone for it later on and maybe done something different and gone for the win. Because I definitely think had we stepped it up slightly, I think we could have got a goal and we could have beaten them. However, I understand the situation he's in, given the games that we've had and are coming up as well. So,
he did. He brought Osula on, to be fair. And
yeah, well, the fact that he brought Osula on, I mean, Osula's not doing anything, is he? Let's be fair.
Yeah, but he brought Barnes and Alanga on the hour. So
yeah, but took Voltemada off, so we didn't really have a.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
but he was
sorry,
tired. There was no
was
other...
dead by then. Yeah.
Well,
listen,
he did what he could in those circumstances. I think it wasn't that.
Well,
it was a wrong call.
It was.
I think it was very good. What's the right word? Willpower to not go for Joe Linton and Bruno.
More so Bruno, but I mean Joe Linton hasn't had that many minutes. Surely, he
yeah. I would have thought
Bruno was screaming instructions from the sideline as well.
He was, yeah. But yeah. Magpie 50 with a super chat. Paul, you remember we had a goal disallowed involving Bruno. Don't think it will change Premier League corruption in favour of the shit 6. Well, yeah. I mean, nothing's going to change with that. Right. Viewers, man of the match, guys. What do you reckon?
It's a difficult one. Botman or Sandro, I think. Who else did we put in it? Tonali, Botman, Chow, and Voltemada. Probably, I would probably pick Tonali, but I think Botman might have won it from the viewers.
The viewers' man of the match is Sven Botman with 48% of the votes. Second was Tonali on 29%. Chow with 17 and Voltemada with 6. So there you go.
Only after he's gambled his wages away.
Yeah. Swiftly moving on. That is it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, please keep voting for us. It's open now for the Footballer Content Awards. I don't know where I'm going with that accent, but there you go. 2025, the finals. We are in there. All the instructions on where to vote for us are right at the top of the description for this show, along with the link as well. Please keep voting, and hopefully we come away with something this year when we go to Elland Road in November. But thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe as per usual. And of course, thank you for your super chats and memberships. Mods, thank you. Billy and Alex, thank you. And of course, the biggest thank you is to you guys out there for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you all again tomorrow. In the meantime, good night.
Away the lads and lasses.
Come back and check out the breeze.